world, welcome back to another Almond Force video and the start of some brand new series of content. I have purchased the VIP Plus subscription for Hack the Box so that I can bring you all premium content from what is arguably the world's largest and most renowned cyber platform. That being said, I will be testing the waters a bit to see what everyone enjoys viewing to further boost the subs, views, and likes for the Almond Force channel as we are quickly approaching the 1,000 sub and 4,000 watch hour milestones necessary to monetize the channel. I know our Hack the Box content kind of fell off the bandwagon a bit due to the defection of one of our former team members, whose name shall not be mentioned, but hopefully this will fill in some of the content void left behind by his absence. Now, I'm not intending to do any of the actual boxes on the Hack the Box platform as of yet, as they do require a lot of time to work through and produce videos for. I just don't have the time to commit to the extensive amount of time that would be required on my part to produce said videos, especially with all the other content I am trying to release to you all. I am pretty much at max capacity, and that's an understatement, no cap. I will, however, be trying to cover the CTF challenges, starting points, and tracks that Hack the Box has to offer. And don't worry, I will still be working on CTF Learn, Pico Gym, and Try Hack Me, but I need a break from those to try something new so that I don't get burnt out on the other stuff. But let's not beat around the bush any further, because in this video, we will be walking through the Tier 0 starting point machine Meow, which is the first starting point machine on the platform. These starting point machines are designed to teach the fundamentals of penetration testing, and I actually got the idea to do these videos from CryptoCat, who's an established cybersecurity YouTuber who also does a lot of CTF, Hack the Box, and other write-ups and tutorials for other events and platforms. He's done video walkthroughs for a lot of the starting point machines already, and he is a lot more versed in pen testing than I am. After viewing some of his videos for the starting points, I thought that maybe it would be cool to come at the starting point challenges from a more beginner to intermediate mindset, since CryptoCat is, again, a lot more advanced at pen testing than I am. So shoutouts to CryptoCat for inspiring me to come up with this idea. I'll link his channel in the description box down below so that you can go check him out, and make sure you subscribe to him as well. He's a phenomenal content creator and his videos are absolutely litty. Now then, let's actually dive into the Meow starting point, shall we? First thing you need to do is connect to the starting point VPN before you can actually access the starting point. You can see if you've successfully connected to the VPN by clicking on the starting point label up here. As you can see, I'm connected to US starting point VIP 1, and that's a starting point for the VIP users. As I am a VIP Plus member, I also have full access to the built-in Pwn box, which runs Parrot OS that I will be using moving forward in the videos. And you can see that operating system over here on the right in this virtual machine. You don't have to buy VIP, but you won't have access to the Pwn box and will have to connect to the VPN with OpenVPN on whatever device you want to solve the challenge from. I'm already connected to the VPN, so we can move on to spawning the target machine. There will be a button that you click on around here that says something like Spawn Machine, and this will launch the machine that you will be using as your target for the challenge. An IP address will show up that indicates the machine is ready for you to operate on, as you can see right here. Let's begin with the actual tasks and start with task 1. What does the acronym VM stand for? Well, I think I mentioned this before, but VM stands for Virtual Machine, which is what I'm connected to here in the other window. And a virtual machine is a guest device that uses the hardware and software components and resources of the host it resides on to run, visualize, and emulate another operating system on the same host. So let's go ahead and submit virtual machine as our first answer. All right, task 2. What tool do we use to interact with the operating system in order to issue commands via the command line, such as the one to start our VPN connection? It is also known as a console or shell. We use the terminal as a means of issuing commands to interact with our host system or other local or remote systems. Terminal is what it's referred to as in Linux, and the command line is what it's referred to as in Windows. And we can open that by clicking this little terminal icon up here in Parrot OS. Of course, depending on what operating system you're using, it'll be different where it's located at, but it's usually pretty easy to find. And we'll go ahead and maximize that, and we'll also increase the text size so that you can see it better. So let's go ahead and submit terminal as our answer. All right, task 3. What service do we use to form our VPN connection into HTV Labs? Well, we use OpenVPN to connect to the Hack the Box labs, and that's what you would be using if you didn't have VIP. I'm sure you've heard of Nord or Surfshark. Those VPN softwares provide the same functionality as OpenVPN, but have more premium features since you have to pay for a subscription to use their extended services. So we'll go ahead and type in OpenVPN as our answer. And let's move on to task 4. What is the abbreviated name for a tunnel interface in the output of your VPN boot up sequence output? Well, since we didn't get to see the boot up process, what we can do to view the interfaces is simply type the command ifconfig in. And our tunnel interface specifically will be called tun0, but it's looking just for the abbreviation for it, so it'll just be TUN. And the tun0 interface is the one that establishes the link between us and the VPN. So let's submit tun and move on to task 5. What tool do we use to test our connection to the target with an ICMP echo request? Okay, so ICMP stands for Internet Control Message Protocol, and it is used to send status messages between network devices, indicating whether said devices are reachable or not based on communications between their IP addresses. We can test whether a device is reachable or not with the ping command, which uses ICMP to determine our target device's reachability. Now, ICMP traffic can be filtered or blocked by firewall rules, so the ping command can't always verify whether a certain device is reachable or not. That being said, let's go ahead and try testing our connection to our IP address here. We can't really copy and paste it into here, so we'll have to type it out. So we'll do ping 10.129.229.120 like so. And as you can see, we're getting bytes back, which means that we are successfully able to communicate and locate our target on the network, as in we can reach it. So let's close that, and let's go ahead and submit ping as our answer. And let's go to task 6. What is the name of the most common tool for finding open ports on a target? The only tool anyone ever really uses for this is Nmap. And it is a network probing tool that scans and enumerates ports and services on whatever IP or IP range it is given. And we can go ahead and test that out by doing a simple nmap 10. Actually, let's just go back up to ping and switch ping out for nmap. Now, there are a lot more options and stuff that you can pass in and flags that you can pass into nmap to make it even more granular and provide you with more enumeration and scanning capabilities. But for the purpose of this beginner starting point, we don't really need to do anything like that. So let's press enter. And as you can see, Telnet is open, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go ahead and complete task 6 real quick, which is Nmap. All right, what service do we identify on port 23 TCP during our scans? Well, like I alluded to earlier, we got Telnet back. And Telnet is a protocol that provides a virtual bidirectional communication interface between the host and the target that's being connected to. And so that will be our answer to task 7. Okay, moving on to task 8. What username is able to log into the target over Telnet with a blank password? Well, let's go ahead and try telnetting to our IP address up there, and let's go ahead and do a clear. And once again, we'll just substitute the nmap for telnet, like so. Now, it does say connected to our IP address, but it does take a second for the receiving end to show up with its service that we're connecting to, so there we go. Now we're thinking of a username that can log in with a blank password. There's a few things that come to mind, like admin or root or whatnot, because we don't really know, right? It's a guessing game at this point. And I think there are default logins for Telnet, but I tried them earlier and they didn't work. So let's just go with root and hope that we get in. And we did. So root is our answer, and you can kind of tell it's going to be root based off of the answer format here, right? Alright, so all that's left for us to do is to submit the root flag, and all we need to do that is go to the root directory, ls, cat flag.txt, like so. We'll grab this hash looking string right here, paste it in, and submit. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the first starting point, and I look forward to doing more starting point videos for the channel. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to show your support. Turn on post notifications to get regular injections of cyber content directly into your feed. Check out our Patreon, join our Discord, and follow us on Twitter. Links in the description box down below. And leave any feedback or questions in the comment section down below. This is Almond Milk. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.